Welcome to Just Let Me Live, an inspiring conversational podcast where we motivate through interviews with real people who share the pain and struggles that made them and changed them, as well as how they overcame to come out stronger on the other side. Your host, author, motivational speaker, and life coach Zakeya Foster wants you to know that you can move beyond your pain to live a life of purpose. If you're ready, here's Zakeya.
And so I have a lot of thoughts about that. Again, there were some things for me. If I had to do it all over again, I would do it very different. Anybody else want to, Vanya, you want to add to that? Yes, you do.
Yeah, I think privacy is.
Parents don't think you guys should have privacy. Parents feel like until you start paying bills in the house, then there will be no privacy. It's their house, and there's nothing private in their house. Right. And I don't think so. I don't think it is a control thing. I can tell you, for me, it was a safety thing. You know, we want to make, especially today in the world. Let me tell you, in this society with social media. When this whole social media thing first came with MySpace and all that, I know, I'm showing my age. It was scary, because we did not know who was trying to talk to our kids on the opposite side of those cell phones. And so I think I understand the privacy thing, and this is the only way I can explain it. I tell adults, your child should feel safe in your presence. They should feel safe. So you guys are saying two things to me. You don't feel comfortable talking, but you want privacy, right? And that's a scary combination, because if you want privacy and we're fearful that something's going to happen to you and you're scared to come talk to us, how do we remedy that? Like, how y'all tell us talk to parents. What could they do different?
I feel like parents say, like, they trust us, but deep down, it's not that they don't trust us, it's that they don't trust the outside world. Like, right. We get that they're trying to protect us from certain things, but the way they're doing it is also affecting us in a way. Yeah, it's very exhausting. It's like, yeah, they're trying to protect us, but we're also protecting ourselves from them, because it's like,
that's so. You're protecting yourself from your parents,
right?
Yeah,
we are. In a way, we are. It's like we're not scared of them. We can't.
You don't feel safe.
We don't feel safe, really. Yeah,
that's sad.
It is.
That's sad. Like, I gotta just pause for a minute, because that's sad. I don't like that. And I know it's real, because I know it's real. Mm-hmm. And back in the days, y'all don't know this, and we used to have what's called a village. Y'all hear that, right? Mm-hmm. The thing is, the village don't really exist no more. So if you cannot talk to your parents, who are you talking to?
Oh, you.
I mean, I know that for y'all. But if there is no me,
friends. I'm actually lucky. I don't know about you guys, but I have sisters. They've been through what I've been through at their age. Like it's crazy. Like, there was a point in time where my sister she left, and
because she didn't have anybody to talk to.
She didn't, because she was the first child, and it was just, and then
So your sister has offered you what she didn't have.
Yeah, both of them did, because it's just like, I feel like the only reason why I feel like I have a voice now is because I could talk to them. They've experienced what I'm experiencing now. They went through that. They know the game. They're telling me, like, how to handle this, how to do that. I feel like I honestly picked up from their traits that they showed in a way, and I get to complete that. So, and the fact that my mom had 3 daughters, including me, it's just like, she probably sees, like, okay, not that where she went wrong, because I feel like she thinks that she's doing a good job as parenting, which I do.
Yeah, we all do. But sometimes as an adult, I tell my daughter, I fucked up. I have to say it. But go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like she definitely sees, like, okay, some of the things where she could have went wrong at, and now we communicate, or we try to anyways. Like, There'd be times where we sit down and I just go out, express myself. It's like, it's the first step. So I just want to be careful on what I say, because my mom, her first language is not English. So it's like, it's kind of hard only because like certain stuff that, we're Americans, they're fully Haitian. It's like certain stuff, it doesn't click instantly. So it could seem like an insult to them. So I just really, especially with them, you got to kind of know what you're saying, control it, like especially the tone of voice, because any little tone in your voice seems like you're attacking them. But definitely communicating.
So if there was one thing that you could say, not necessarily to your parents, and I want all of you to answer this, to parents that's listening, that you think that would help them bridge, because every parent I talk to about their teenagers, their question to me is, how do I reach them? If there was one thing you could say to parents to help them learn how to reach their teenager, what would it be?
Listen.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say too. Just sit down.
Be the nurturer that you guys.
Nurture, listen.
Don't
And
judge
by
them.
listen, tell me what that means. What does, because listening means something different to everybody. People really do think they listening.
Right. And
They
that's
do.
the problem. Like, parents think, like, you can tell them something and they'll listen, but then they'll have feedback. And the feedback is not
That kills
the
it.
point that you're trying to
What
make.
you were looking for.
Yeah.
So
like,
you don't always want feedback.
No, I just need you to listen. I need you to feel where I'm coming from, feel what I'm feeling.
So you want to be understood.
Yes.
That's the word.
I love it.
Oh no.
I want them to like put themselves in my shoes. Just comprehend what I'm saying.
Look at you using big words. Because I know not tricking on you. She trying to say that very slow. Comprehend. Okay. I see you. Give me a high five on that. Okay. That's good.
Work
But
together.
yeah.
Like,
Work together.
bear with us.
Be a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a team.
Work together. I like that.
But for me, it's a little different because my parents are like two different type of people. I don't want to speak bad on them, but I'm going to describe how they are. My mom, she's very, very powerful, and like she knows how to manipulate you.
Manipulate.
Yes.
It's okay, love.
And then my dad, he's very nonchalant and absent. So whenever like my mom does something to me and I needed my dad, he's not there.
Say anything. So
He doesn't say
You don't
anything.
feel protected.
Yes, and I feel like I wasn't being listened. So because whenever I go up to my dad and I talk, and I'm in a very vulnerable state, he'll just sit there, not say anything, and it's just like, now that's just like, it hurts. Like silence, like it feel like I'm not being heard, and it feel like he's giving me the silent treatment. It's like, why would you do that? Yeah, so I feel like because of that happened to me so many times, and because of it, I can't really open up to people, especially if they like, no matter how bad they want to hear me out, I just never could say what I want to say, because I've been in so many.
Because the people who are supposed to protect you and who you're supposed to trust have not been able to connect with you.
Yeah.
So you find it hard to connect with other people as well because of your difficult relationship with your parents.
Yeah.
Are you saying, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got that. All right. So I don't know if you guys mind asking this. I know you just said your dad is there, but he don't talk much.
Yeah.
Right. Do you guys have relationships with your fathers?
I
No, you don't. Okay. That's a sore subject.
For my father, I feel like he's just there to be a supervisor. Like on social media, I be seeing like dads taking their daughters to shop, and go to the mall, movies. I'm like, oh, I wonder how that feels like. Cause on my dad, all he do is just come home and be in his room, then go out. It's for me and my dad. It's more like a high and by thing.
Okay. And that's the Alexa. You want to talk? If you don't want to talk about it, you don't
No.
have to.
We can. I can.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have a relationship with my dad. He got deported when I was in my mom's stomach. So, I think last year, or no, I lied. 2021 was the first time I ever saw him. And last year was the last time I really saw him face to face. And he's down here, but I just honestly I feel like I have his number, he has my number, but we just don't talk. And I feel like I shouldn't be the one to reach out. I grew up without you here. It's not like I'm gonna want to automatically form that relationship. I feel like it should baby steps build up, as we go along the way. Yeah, I feel like that's honestly not to touch back on with our mothers, but I feel like that's one of the reasons why my mom probably has been hard on me, because she's been playing both roles, and she hasn't had that help like many people have. Like she came to she went to Bahamas, then she came to America, and then she had me and my sister, and then I just never had that bond with my father.
Christy, you wanna?
I did grow up with my dad. Not up to a certain age. It wasn't for long. He's around, but he's not present. Is that the right word?
That's the right word.
Yeah, he's around, but he's not present. Like if I don't reach out to him, he won't reach out to me, or he'll reach out and then like it's like how come you don't contact me or do this and that? And it's just like, I'm the child, you left.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's lighten this up a little bit. I can tell that's really heavy. That's a heavy topic, daughters and fathers. That's a whole nother topic within itself. And so I don't want to sit there too long. I wanted to touch it because if there are fathers out there and you are not reaching your daughters, they're hurting. Just plain and simple. And I will never understand why fathers feel like it is up to the kids to reach out to them. I'll never understand that. I just don't. Like, if that's you, I don't understand it. You're the adult, and my honest opinion is that it is up to adults to be adults and reach out to their kids and fight to make sure that they have a relationship with their kids. Point blank, period. So let's talk about the intricate relationships that you guys have with your friend groups. How is that? Like, what is it like in your friend groups these days, in this day and age with social media? And I'm around y'all, so y'all know I know what you guys are upset when you get blogs and and let's talk about how do you build solid friendships? Like, if there are some other teenagers listening, how do you build solid friendships?
Good question.
Yeah.
I really don't even know.
We've been friends since like 9th grade. Well, Alexa 6, 7, 6, 8th grade. Yeah. So I feel like
has it always been good?
No,
it's not always good.
It's not.
So how have you guys maintained it? I'm actually pretty impressed with you all.
Yeah,
I'm
impressed too.
I have seen you all
Very
really
good.
go through a lot. I have seen you all mad at each other. I have seen you all just have y'all issues, and this year I've been really impressed with how you all have just really matured. And so tell me some of the things that you may have done over the years to get here. Maybe, I don't know if you guys can explain it. I probably can, but
For me, forgive and forget, because you're gonna see them like either way. So
how do you forgive? How do you forgive and forget?
I feel like I'm very good with that, but I feel like people also.
Because everybody can't forgive and forget.
Yeah,
I know people that hold on to stuff till they go to the grave.
Yeah, I don't hold on things, but I feel like people also use that as an advantage. So it's like Vanya could like backstab me.
All right.
You backstabbing.
But yeah. Vanya could like backstab me, and I'd be like, damn.
It's just you speak the way you speak.
You be like, damn.
I really do feel like damn. I'm like, oh, okay. And then weeks go by and be like, I forgive her.
You don't care no more.
Yeah, I don't care no more.
What makes you not care no more?
Oh, it's like, why would I hold on to that negativity for?
Something really deep.
So would you say because the good outweighs the bad?
No,
Possibly.
no. I'm different. I can't.
I get it. I'm the same way, not you. I don't hold on to stuff either. Vanya?
I think in order to have a solid, well, that's not true, because some friendships have never been in an argument or did each other wrong in a way.
Yeah.
But I feel like the most strongest friendships have had some ups and downs, like, and you guys just grew together, you forgave each other, and you understood each other's point of view, and you grew together, really, and you created that bond that even if you hurt each other, you know that it was a mistake or it wasn't on purpose.
Your friend knows it's a mistake.
Right. Yeah.
Because you created a bond that you like, okay, you might be mad for the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not forever.
Yeah.
You can forgive, but you're never really gonna forget.
So do you think that somewhere it breaks it? It makes the friendship a little less solid? Do you have trust issues if your friend hurts you?
Yes, you do. You do have some trust issues in there, because it's like, that's your friend. That's the friend you told everything to. Like, they know deep stuff about you, and then they do something wrong. It kind of does break down certain walls of trust, but
what?
It's just how you come together and work through it.
So you do come together and work through it.
Yep. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Not all friendships are meant to be. Some friendships are just for the moment, and some friendships are forever. Sometimes you'll meet your soulmate. Sometimes you'll meet your right now mate.
Yeah.
Right now, mate.
Right now, mate. Alexa, you have something to add to that?
I do. You can't fix a friendship, like especially one that let me just reword this.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta work together, or sometimes you have to know what you want in that friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not to put you on spot, but me and Nitrika, I love Nitrika so much. Like, I don't even consider her a friend. I consider her like a sister. But there are some stuff that she does that pisses me off. But it's like, I can't control that. That would be selfish of me if I'd be like, I don't like when, like, especially when I know how she is. If you know how your friend is, you know what they're going through, just you know how they are, period. That's their personality. You can't be selfish and want them to fix because of you on how you feel. I feel like if you don't like it, just back away. You don't have to like put yourself in that predicament where it just makes you mad. So I feel like how me and Nitrika cope is we just work together. Like, she don't talk to me, that's fine. I'm not going to be butthurt about it, because at the end of the day, it's no hard feelings. It's what she's going through, or it's just in general. Like, I just feel like if she does something that pisses me off that I don't like, I'm just going to back away until we can come back in terms. Or it's like, what you want to eat? Like, do you want to go get something to eat? Or, like, what's new? Like, it's like, we could not talk for months and still, be friends. Like, we was just talking yesterday. Right. And I just feel like I do have trust issues, but I don't really adapt that to everybody, because nobody's going to be the same thing. Right. And I feel like if you think like that, then how are you going to ever learn, or how are you going to ever grow out of that habit? So I feel like, just talking about me.
Yeah, your friend got something to say.
Oh,
you done?
No. But I'm almost done though. But yeah, just work together. If it's something that you don't like that your friend does, back away and just
back away.
Like, when I say back away, don't put yourself in that predicament where you know it's gonna make you mad. Understand that's how your friend is. You can't change them. Mm-hmm. And if that's something that you can't back away from, then you already know the answer to not be friends with that person,
because sometimes we take things personal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes, like, I know sometimes, like for me, I shut down sometimes. And y'all all know that. Y'all know I'm having my moments where I have nothing to say.
Mhm.
Some moments y'all come to my class, y'all be like, hey, coach. And I be like, hey.
Yeah.
But you guys have learned me.
Yeah.
And you know, I probably got something on my mind. I'm exhausted. I may have a deadline. But when you learn who your friends are, and I'm not your friend, I'm your coach. But you know me. And so you don't take it personal.
Right.
Right. And I wasn't being funny when I say that, but I mean, I'm older than y'all. It's impossible for me to be y'all friend, but I am a safe place for y'all.
Yeah.
And so it comes with learning that person. Y'all been with me now for 4 years. And so it comes with learning that person who you care about and not taking things personal to the point where you just, you know, they don't say something the way you want them to say it. You think it's something wrong. You think it got something to do with you. Now you mad. No, that person will be having a whole bad day and don't have nothing to do with you. And so good relationships know each other. Point blank period. Good friendships know each other. And you know when to talk to your friend. You know, okay, my friend may not want to talk right now. I'm okay. Let me just give them space. Like you said, let me back away a little bit. And if they decide they want to come talk to me, we can talk. I'll ask, like some of y'all will say, Coach, you do it all the time. All y'all. For the most part, all y'all. Coach, you all right? And if I want to talk, I talk. If I don't, I don't. But sometimes I do talk. So I think that's a good point, what you said.
Well, part of the reason why a lot of friendship break is because that person probably want something from that person, but they can't give it to them. So let's say, for instance, Vanya. let's say I want you to be more like, I want you to like listen. Let's say I want you to be up 2 a.m. reading all my texts and just listen to me vent. But you exactly
right. You have to know what your friend is capable of doing and not capable of doing. I love that.
You can't get mad at them because they
absolutely.
And maybe she's a giver. She'll give you flowers and chocolate.
Natrika, when did you get this smart? That is so good because you know, there's something called I can't think of the name of it, but the love languages.
Oh yeah.
And so in relationships, any relationship, and this is where we get things twisted, and we think this is just about romantic relationships. Relationships in general are languages. And so, like you said, she might be a giver. She might be a person that gives, da, da, da. She's not a person that's going to sacrifice her sleep to stay up in the middle of the night. Right? And so, if that's something you require, you have to be okay with Vanya not being that friend that's going to give you that.
Yeah.
Alexa might be that friend that give you that. You have to put places and the people in the right place. You understand? And you can't get mad because one person don't give you what they want, what you want. Yeah. And that was so good because we want certain things. And so you have to know what your friends are capable of giving you and what your friends are not capable of giving you. And while you saying that, and I was going to say this, so I want to follow up with that. Friendships have to be give and take. They can't be take. No. If you don't want giving all the time, that's not a friendship. It's not.
I had to learn.
That is very important. Friendships should be give and take. They should be balanced. It should not be one-sided where one person is doing all the giving and you giving all the taking. No ship, friendship, relationship, none of that. Ships were meant to take you somewhere together. You get in that relationship, that friendship, get in that ship, they should take you somewhere. They should not bring you down. And if you're in a friendship that you don't want giving all the time, then the person that's giving all the time, you wearing yourself out. And the only person that's growing is the person that you're giving to all the time. Not balanced. Not good. I'm going to ask one more question and we're going to be done. Do you know what makes you happy?
That was like the
cherry on a good one.
Top.
And if you do,
cherry on the top.
What is that?
I feel like I'm happy
know what I find interesting? Most people can't answer that.
Yeah.
And not just teenagers, adults. Most people don't know what they want. Most people don't know what makes them happy. Remember, we just talked about social media and how we digest everybody else's stuff. Mm-hmm. And there's a such thing as consuming and creating. And what we have to realize about life is we create happiness. We create the life we want. But most of us consume what everybody else doing. Yeah. We scroll on TikTok. We scroll on Instagram and see everybody else's happiness. So the question I have for you is, what makes you happy? What do you want? What makes you happy?
For me, it would be music, soft music, not, rap and stuff like that. Just music that I can relate to and that I can relax to and that I can go to sleep to.
And you can live off music? No.
No.
Okay, so what makes you happy in life?
Oh, in life. Thought you meant for the moment.
No. The moment only lasts for a moment. Because when that moment is over, what you going to do?
I feel like, for me, I'm creating a place that I know I'm going to be happy. Like, I manifest it, and then I work towards it. So I'm not sure.
Oh, making me a little proud.
So I can't be happy yet because I'm not there yet.
But you're on your way. But
yeah.
you do know what that is.
No.
So okay. Stay right there. You don't know what that is. This is why this is important. How can you get there? Like, for instance, Vanya said, Nene need the address to here. So you knew we were coming here. Mm-hmm. If I didn't give you the address and you didn't have my location, how was you going to get here?
I would go home.
You can't get there. No. So you have to know where you're going. You have to know what it is that makes you happy.
Right.
That's the only way you're going to know how to get there. You can't manifest something you haven't identified. Mm-hmm. So what makes you happy? Identify that.
Me being in Dubai. I'm sorry. Or me, like, just in nature, away from social media, away from the reality, and just like connecting with the earth and just connecting with my inner self.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna let you off with that one. I want to go a little deeper, but I'm not. Alexa.
What makes me happy is, like she said, I was actually gonna say that, connecting with my inner self. When I disconnected from social media, felt really good. Like, I felt focused for the first time in my life, and just also knowing what I want, which is definitely to be successful, to have that self-discipline, to have that self-love, that personal growth, all of that. Like, I feel like I make myself happy with the mindset that I think, especially now, it's a lot healthier, and I am having plans to build up to that, and I'm actually doing the stuff to build up to that. So just knowing that I'm stronger than how I was yesterday, how I was the day before that, and so on and so forth.
Because every day you wake up is a new day to be better.
Yeah. Yeah, I make myself happy.
I love it.
Okay. I don't want to, like, use other things to make me happy. I want to, like, be happy
within yourself.
Yeah.
Very good. I like it.
Go ahead,
Christy.
Bonnie.
See, as you guys were talking, I was trying to think of, like, what makes me happy. I really don't know.
And that's fair. And you know what? That's okay. You know why? Because you still have time to figure it out. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people beat themselves up because they don't know. I heard somebody say, she don't have no purpose. She don't know who she is. Okay. A lot of adults don't. That's okay. But the key is to know that and start trying to figure it out. But guess what? What makes you happy today may be different next year. Mm-hmm. It may be different the next year. But that's why one of the things both of them said was just knowing who they are and not letting it be things. And that's why I wanted you to dig deeper than music. Mm-hmm. I love music, but I can't always get to it. It has to start on the inside. And what does that look like? So start there. You ain't got to answer that right now. And I thank you for being honest. Okay? All right, so is there any last thing that you guys would like to say? If there was, something that I may have not said to you, a question that you wanted to answer, or something that you want to say to another teenager or parent or anything like that, one of your classmates, like this generation, is it something that you all want to say before we close?
I have a question for you.
I'm scared. What is it?
How does it feel like to be the safe place?
Exhausting.
I figured.
To piggyback on that question. So you're a safe place, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody comes to you with their problems and everything. How do you deal with your problems plus ours on top of it? Because I know you must worry about us when we come to you.
All the time. So honestly, I had to get me a therapist again. I had a therapist before, and I stopped going to my therapist because I didn't really need my therapist every week. But because I am a safe place for everybody, not just y'all, my daughter, who is now, with child, and she's dealing with life changes. So she calls me too, and thank God her father is there too for her. But I had to get a therapist again because it is exhausting. But I'm okay with it. I am okay with who I am. I created that person. I created this life. I'm who I want to be. Mm-hmm. And so I don't complain about it. I just try very hard to make sure that I'm not taking on so much. Because in the end, if I take on too much and I'm unhealthy, I can't be there for nobody. Mm-hmm. And so I got a therapist again. I try very hard to create boundaries for y'all, even though y'all act like y'all don't have none. But there are times when I do. I create boundaries. There are times when I tell y'all, don't bother me. Mm-hmm. And so I've learned to use my voice and be okay with using my voice. Mm-hmm. And I've learned it's okay to say no. Yeah. Because sometimes I have to say no. Because, there's a time I won't say no to nothing. I'm going to just say, all right, y'all. So I've just learned to say no. And so I had to take my power back a little bit because it was becoming so exhausting until it was scary to me. I felt like my health was failing. I wasn't happy. I didn't feel safe. Mm-hmm. And so what I realized is I don't want to be a safe place for everybody else, and I'm not safe within myself. Mm-hmm. So I got a therapist again, weekly.
She actually taught me how to say no.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I teach y'all a lot of stuff. and sometimes I go back to what I taught y'all and apply it myself. Because sometimes people who are in a position to help, they're the worst ones. Right. They're the worst ones. They don't take their own advice. Yeah. So sometimes, oh, that's Vanya. Yeah. So I'm learning at my big age of 50 to take my own advice. And that's what I do. I appreciate that question. When I was the principal secretary, I will never forget this. I had to, a teacher was missing. I was the principal secretary and the teacher didn't show up. And my principal was like, oh, you get this one on the phone, da da da. And I'm calling, and when I call, her daughter answered the phone. Guess what? The lady was dead. Oh. Right. She had a whole heart attack. And the principal sat in my office and she was like, really sad. An hour later, she came and said, we need a new teacher. She didn't have a choice. You know what that showed me? Take care of myself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because when you're gone, they're going to do nothing but replace you.
Right. I think so.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in to Just Let Me Live. Do not forget, remember, subscribe to YouTube. Follow me. You can subscribe also on Apple Podcasts. Follow me on all social medias. Instagram is at Zakeya Foster. TikTok is at Coach Zakeya. And you beautiful young ladies, please share your information with if anybody that's listening. There may be some teenagers that have some questions after this. How can they get in contact? And no pervs and none of that. Okay. But tell them if they're listening how they can contact you all or follow your social medias. I know a couple of you guys are now starting YouTubes. You have a YouTube. And so what's something, tell me this before we go. What's one thing you're very proud of right now?
That I started my YouTube channel.
Very good. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Nene?
Being true to myself.
Love it.
Love it.
That's big. My Vanya, I need one thing.
Something that I'm proud of.
One thing you're proud of. So I'm proud of how you have been opening up more because you know you like to act like ain't nothing never wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You cover up everything, act like you don't want. You're the one that wants to make everybody smile and everybody happy and everybody laugh, but within yourself you are not happy.
Mm-hmm.
So I am proud of how you have evolved a little bit more this year, and I see you trying, and I'm proud of that, and I want you to be proud of that. See, let me tell you something. It don't have to be nothing big.
Mm-hmm.
Each little thing matters because the little things gonna take you to big things. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So give yourself a round of applause. All right?
You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Lexa's Diary, where I'll be touching into my personal life and stuff that I could do to inspire other people. And my Instagram is exo.lexa_.
I have an upcoming YouTube channel that I'm currently working on and building up. It's going to be called Percy's Wacky Chronicles. But you can reach me on Instagram at Percy the Cutie.
You can follow me at Instagram, Haitian_BBY.
Okay. Well, once again, thank you for tuning in. Do not forget, if you want to purchase my book, you can buy it off of Amazon, or you can also purchase it off of my website, www.zakeyafoster.com. The name of the book is Just Let Me Live. And also, I want to just give a shout out to our official media sponsors, TNZ Media International, who are the official media sponsors and the producers of the Just Let Me Live podcast. And that is it. And thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for listening. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
You've been listening to Just Let Me Live, a conversation for champions with Coach Zakeya. For more inspiration, please go to @Zakeya Foster on Instagram and YouTube. Until next time, keep winning.